Hello everyone. Today we are going to revise our next chapter and which is the why do we fall ill. It is from the biology. Okay. So in this topic we're gonna cover what is health, what are disease and their causes, difference between the healthy and disease free, then the types of disease we will cover here, like infectious and non-infectious disease we will discuss in detail. We will discuss that infectious and non-infectious disease in detail, and then we will discuss about antibiotics, then the means of spread of diseases, then AIDS and its causes, then we will discuss about or organ specific and the tissue specific manifestation, and then principle of the treatment, and last but not the least we will discuss about the list of few diseases for in case of human being. So we're gonna cover all the topics today itself. So first we will discuss about what is health. So health is nothing but the state of well-being of a person, okay, so that it can perform well physically, mentally, and socially, then that person is called as healthy, and that state is called as health. The state of a person is called as health. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we have to understand what are the factors that determines the better health. First, we have public cleanliness, by which we can maintain the physical, mental, and social health. So we're going to discuss about the public cleanliness here. So we always stress upon the fact that the environment, nothing but our surrounding, okay, that have to be clean and neat so that we can get fresh air. If we'll get fresh air, our mind will be the peacefully will work and we will be healthy. Okay, otherwise it may lead to many harmful diseases and they may causes the mental stress also. Therefore, we can say that the public cleanliness, even personal hygiene maintaining, is very important factor for the better health of the people in society. Is it everyone? So public cleanliness and personal hygiene is very important to maintain the health of the person, even the society. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next, we have the food. So whatever food we eat every day in our diet that contain all the nutrients which are required for the proper growth of the organism, this is called as the balanced diet. So another important factor of the proper health is the food. Now we can have food only if we have the money to buy it, and for that we need to work, we need to earn, and then we are able to buy the food as per our requirement. Therefore, we can say that good economic condition of the society and employment are needed for the better health. It is directly depends to our health. Is it everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Next, again, the society. We can say we stay healthy if we are living in a tension-free life, in a tension-free surrounding. Therefore, we can say that good social environment is very important for the better health. Whenever or wherever we are living, if like person they are not good, they are teasing or maybe they are performing illogical and inhuman activities, then it is the person living in such surrounding will be the mentally disturbed. That's why in order to be like healthy, we have to live in such environment, their harmony have to be maintained, public cleanliness have to be maintained, socially they have to be strong enough to buy their food and other belongings. Okay, so these are the three important factors which directly affect the health of the person and society. Is it everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I want you to take a first screenshot for today. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next, what is disease? So, disease is nothing but the disturbance of any, like maybe physical, maybe mental or social well-being of a person will like leads to the disease in a person and in society. Okay. So, disease means the disturbed is, which means being uncomfortable. It may be mentally, it may be physically, or it may be socially. Okay. Disease is the abnormality or disturbance caused in our body due to various reasons. Sometimes internal dysfunctionality of the our body may also lead to the disease. Dysfunctioning of any part of our body will lead to the disease. It may be like in non we can say it is not functioning properly, like there is a disturbance in functioning of internal organ like heartbeat, respiratory system, digestive system, any system, it normal functioning of that particular system get disturbed in the body of organism, it leads to the disease also. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so how can we say disease free? We can say disease free by maintaining the good health, that is by having proper food, that means the balanced diet as we already discussed, by keeping the environment clean, our surrounding must be neat and clean, and by maintaining the personal and social hygiene. Whenever we are interacting with other people, okay, we have to use mask. Nowadays we are having like pandemic called COVID. It is already spreaded worldwide, so we were very aware about and very conscious about our health. That's why we are maintaining proper hygiene at home, even on social places or public places, even on train, on the public places like movie theater, in market, everywhere we are like approaching towards the personal as well as social hygiene. Is it everyone? So it help us and society to maintain the cleanliness and bacteria virus free, because bacteria and viruses, they are foreign particles, they entered in our body and may cause various kind of diseases. That's why we had to maintain cleanliness and hygiene. Okay, whenever we are eating something, before that we had to wash our hand properly. All these are nothing but the hygiene habits, and we had to apply that. And due to pandemic, most of like 90% of the people, they already adopted that practices in their daily routine. Is it everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we had to discuss about what is being like meaning of healthy and disease free. These two concepts are related but have very big difference in them. Healthy means it is the state of a physical, mental and social well-being of a person. It's called as the health. And what is disease free means it is the state of absence from the disease only. It does not include the social and mental well-being. Okay, it refers to the individual physical and social environment, but the disease free refers only the individual, that means the personal level. The individual has a good health, and in disease free, as we can see, the individual may have good health, maybe the poor health also. Only the state of being disease free, we can't say that person is healthy. Is it everyone? That's why being healthy is more important than disease free. Is
Yes.
it? Yes. So just take a screenshot for the difference. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how can we identify a disease? If a person is feeling uncomfortable, maybe socially, physically, mentally, or the personally, means if like stomach ache, headache, whatever the internal problem is there, there is nothing but the identification of the presence of disease in the person. So here are the some points that we have to discuss to identify a disease in a person. A disease is associated with symptoms always. Okay, we have symptoms and sign to identify the disease. In other words, our body shows certain indication which we can assume that may be suffering from some kind of disease. Like we have headache, we have body ache, we have stomach ache, we have joint pain, we have nausea, vomiting, discomfort in the stomach. Okay, all these are nothing but different kinds of symptoms for the particular disease. Taste of the mouth will changes sometime. Body temperature rises, we are feeling cold. This and body temperature is increases more than 37 degrees Celsius above the normal temperature. All these symptoms are nothing but the sign in order to identify the diseases. We know that different parts of our body perform different functions, like heart perform the circulation system, our digestive system in like perform digestion and absorption of nutrition, our lungs perform the respiratory work or the function. That means our different part of the body, they perform different kind of function. If any of these functions are disturbed due to any reason, it can we can say that something is wrong within our body, and it shows that there is presence of or kind of disease. Sometime has change in it. Okay, so if any disturbance in internal organ functioning, then it shows that there is a presence of disease. So a symptom is any subjective evidence of the disease, evidence of the presence of disease, while a sign is an objective evidence of the disease. Therefore, symptoms of the symptom is a phenomenon that is experienced by the individual affected by the disease, while a sign is the phenomenon that can be detected by someone other than the individual affected by the disease. Suppose I am having fever. So due to fever, I will feel cold, my like headache will get start, body pain I'll feel. All these are nothing but the symptoms that I feel. But if I'll go to doctor, so doctor will first will he's going to check the temperature of the body. That is nothing but the sign. Okay, he will check the blood pressure. He will check the blood or urine for presence or absence of different kind of diseases, like by identifying bacteria, viruses in our blood. So all these are nothing but the sign beta. So sign can be identified by other person. Okay, but the symptoms are identified by the person who is suffering from particular disease. Suppose I am having body pain, so I will feel that. That means it is a symptom of that particular disease. If my body temperature is rises, so other person is going to check the body temperature. That is nothing but the sign. Is it everyone? I hope you understood what is sign and what is symptom.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, good. So again, I want you have to take a screenshot for that. Otherwise, after the class, I will post this notes on your WhatsApp group also.
So
But
basically, a symptom is like the effect of the disease, which only one a simple like
only
the
only the victim or
yes, sir.
the patient can feel that.
Yes, sir. And
Yes.
sign is which can be filled by patient and others. Okay.
Yes, yes. Like in
So,
jaundice, beta?
so actually, students are waiting in the lobby. It seems so. Manoj
Oh,
just messaged in the group.
oh, wait a second, wait a second. Yes, yes, one is there. Now we are going to understand what is a symptom of a particular disease. Very important. A disease, we already discussed symptoms. Okay. A disease generally has some symptoms and sign associated with it. Suppose if we are discussing about the jaundice, the yellow fever, in which body of the patient becomes pale yellow in color. So there is nothing but the sign as well as symptom. One or more of the body, okay, one or more symptoms of the body will change, give rise to the symptoms. Like we can feel cough, okay, loose motion in case of diarrhea, pus formation in case of wound, headache in many cases, fever, breathlessness. Sometimes we are feeling that also, okay, the suffocation and vomiting, fits, unconsciousness, inflammation means the swelling, okay, swelling and general effects, okay. A doctor look for all these basic symptoms in order to identify particular disease. So whatever we have discussed here, all these are nothing but the symptoms beta. They are the symptoms and most of them only feel by the patient only, okay. Symptom just indicate that there is a disease in body of the particular organism or human being. They do not indicate that the exact type of the disease, by which we cannot identify the type of disease. Like headache, fever is common for most of the diseases. Is it everyone? So by identifying only symptoms, we cannot identify the particular disease is present or not. We cannot identify the type of disease by only symptoms. That's why doctor used to perform blood test, urine test for identification of diseases. Now we have to discuss what is sign of the disease. So here we have discussed about the symptom. Now we are going to discuss about the sign. The doctor often look for the sign of the disease in order to find out the exact type of the disease or the problem to the patient. These signs, unlike the symptom, okay, they are not similar to the symptom, are more defined indication of the disease. That means by identifying symptoms and sign together, we can identify the type of diseases. So again, I want everyone had to take a screenshot here. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now here we have the difference between sign and symptoms, but here the part of it is like kind of blur, but still we can read that properly. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the difference between sign and symptom. So first difference we have, sign are indicative condition of the factor which has a doctor or which can be identified the doctor only. But symptom is what? Symptom are the condition and characteristic which the person feel. Means symptoms can be felt by the patient only and sign can be identified by doctor or other person. Sign are objective, they are visible and can be quantified and verified easily by other person. Whereas symptoms are subjective. They are not physically visible and cannot be verified. Only the person can identify and feel that. Like headache only can be felt by the patient only, not by the doctor and another person. Like stomach ache also, body pain also. Okay. For example, high temperature can be identified by others, so it can be sign. Rapid pulse rate, low blood pressure, wound, etc. are the sign of particular diseases. Whereas, okay, like chills, feeling cold, okay, then shivering, nausea, then shaking, dizziness, tiredness, okay, like body pain, headache, stomach ache, all these are nothing but the symptom which can be identified only by the patient. Everyone, you are there, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So again, I want you have to take a screenshot for, no, I will drop that notes on your WhatsApp group, don't worry. So now we are going to discuss the next part. Now we are going to discuss about the diseases. They are basically two types. So that means we will discuss about the types of diseases. So on the basis of time required, okay, by the disease on the patient body, we have two types of disease beta. First one is called as acute disease and other is called as chronic disease. So acute disease lasts for only few days. Okay, the type of disease on the basis of duration. Duration means the time period. Okay, so first we're going to discuss about the acute disease. Acute disease is nothing but the disease which lasts only for the short period of time. Okay, are called as acute disease. Example, common cold, okay, diarrhea, fever, etc. are the acute disease. They last for only few days. Whereas chronic disease, the disease which lasts for the long period of time, are called as beta chronic disease, like tuberculosis, diabetes, cancer, AIDS, all these are the chronic disease. Okay, they last for the very long period of time, sometime till the death of patient. Is it everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we're going to discuss the difference between chronic and acute disease. So first here we have the acute disease and then chronic disease. So the disease that develops quickly and lasts for the short period of time are called as acute disease. Are called as acute disease. Whereas the disease that lasts for the long period of time, sometimes even for the lifetime also, are called as chronic disease. Okay, these diseases do not have a long term adverse effect on the health of the individual person, whereas chronic disease often have long-term effect on the body and affect the health of the individual drastically, like loss of weight, loss of appetite. Okay, sometimes like a person is being paralyzed, again it is the long-term diseases, so that will be again chronic, so their effect is very long. These diseases are not fatal. Okay, that acute disease are sometimes not fatal, but these diseases are fatal. Which one? The chronic disease. For example, common cold, okay, malice are nothing but the example of acute disease. And cancer, HIV are the example of chronic diseases. The diabetes also there. They last for the very long period of time. Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
So any doubt in that part?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now we're going to discuss about how does chronic disease affects our health. Someone is in waiting room. Wait a second. Dipshika. Okay. Now, how does chronic disease affect our health? Now we have to discuss that. Chronic disease means the disease which lasts for very long period of time are called as chronic disease. That takes relatively a very long period of time to cure, or sometimes they present a lifetime till the death of the patient. They are likely to affect our general health as well. They may hinder the growth of the children's or increase the stress in adult. These are the main effect of the chronic disease. They can make us feel tired all the time, due to which we cannot work properly, we cannot think rationally. Okay, that's why they affect adversely to the individual health. They can also lead to increase or decrease the weight of the patient. Most of the time, okay, chronic disease leads to the increase, sometimes decrease the weight of the patient. They can also affect our day-to-day activity and ability to learn new things. Hence, we can say that they have long-term effect on the health, okay, than or as compared to acute diseases. That's why chronic diseases are very harmful. They affect the person's health, even family health also. Okay, everyone? Yes. Now we have to discuss what causes diseases. It's really very important to understand that, so that we can maintain our health healthy. Okay, that's why we have to learn all these things first. Okay, so disease can be caused by two factors. What are these two factors? First we have internal factor, and other we have external factor. So what are internal factors? Generally the hormonal imbalance. Okay, if there is hormonal imbalance takes place in case of male or female, they may lead to many different kind of diseases. Allergic reaction. Most of the person, they are having allergy, okay, like from flower, some fragrance, from that bad smell of the public toilet. Okay, most of the people having allergy from such things. Then genetic disorder. Most of the time disease are being transmitted from one generation to the next generation, like night blindness, color blindness, okay, albinism. Most of the diseases, they are being transmitted from one generation to the next. Sickle cell anemia, all these are the genetically transmitted disease, and they last very long period of time in the person body, generally till the death of the patient. Then malfunctioning of the body organ, and if body organs are not performing well, okay, due to like various reason, maybe hormonal, maybe due to the effect of poor health, okay, they are nothing but the factor, they are present inside our body, okay, that's why they are called as internal factor of our body. They may cause the diseases. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to discuss about what are the external factors that may lead to the disease to the person. Unhealthy diet. If you are eating here and there, which is unhygienic, which is uncovered, the leftover food, okay, then it is nothing but unhealthy diet if you are eating that. Disease causing germs like bacteria, virus, fungi, nematodes, okay, and the disease causing pathogens. They enters in our body through the oral route, that means through the food, maybe water or maybe air, okay, or the oral fecal route, okay. All these are nothing but the transmission of the disease causing bacteria, viruses and fungi from outer environment to our body. They may lead to various kind of diseases. Okay, so these are again the external factor. pollution in the environment is one of the important external factor which directly causes the health of the person in a large scale and unhealthy lifestyle. Okay, if there is no proper schedule of daily time routine of the person, that will be unhealthy lifestyle which may leads to cause of various kind of diseases. So these are the external factor which directly affect the persons and causes the disease to the person. Okay, so you have to remember in what are the internal and external factor that may cause disease to the person. Okay, everyone.
So
I
by
hope
time
you.
Yes,
between, you
Yes,
mean
sir.
like proper time between meals or like sleep time, or what exactly is time between?
Okay, see, uh, unhealthy lifestyle means your sleeping time or waking time, eating time is not fixed. Okay.
Okay, sir. So like
Yeah.
irregular.
Yes, irregularity is there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now, immediate and contributory causes. The outer, like external factor, we have one more. The immediate and contributory causes. Like disease may be contributed from person to person also. Like in case of COVID. Okay, we were having only few patients in initially in India, but after that, when they came in contact with other person, most of the person is being affected, and in every day we were getting about more than 3 to 4 lakh patient per day in a 24-hour. Okay, so all these are nothing but the contributory causes. They may be causes in case of like infectious diseases, we can say they causes other person. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have to discuss it in detail here. So, what are the immediate causes? The organism that enters in our body and causes the diseases are termed as an immediate cause. Okay, suppose we have virus, bacteria, and protozoa. When they enters in our body, they start infecting our small intestine and they affect the inner lining wall of the small intestine called columnar epithelium and they causes diseases. And generally they causes loose motion, vomiting called diarrhea kind of disease and which is very fatal. Which is very fatal because body is get dehydrated, okay, and due to dehydration the heart rate of the person may be like very fast due to the lack of fluid in the body and may cause the death of the person. So it is nothing but the immediate cause of the disease. Now contributory causes means the secondary factor which leads to organisms enters our body and termed as contributory diseases. Okay, like we were getting a particular disease and due to which other organs like suppose that COVID virus enters in patient body and it affect the defunctioning of the respiratory system. Generally it causes infection in lower first upper respiratory tract and then in lower respiratory tract. It is called as upper respiratory tract infection and lower respiratory tract infection, due to which absorption of oxygen reduces. Okay, absorption of oxygen reduces and due to lack of oxygen or the deficiency of oxygen, person die. Is it everyone? So that person is getting affected by the virus but it produces the secondary effect in our body and which is the respiratory tract infection. It may be upper part or lower part. So this is called as contributory causes. Then the pathogens are nothing but again microbes that enters in body of the organism and causes various kind of diseases. Pathogens we have like bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, amoeba, paramecium, euglena. All these are nothing but the pathogens. Okay, so pathogens are external agent that cause the disease in the organism. The pathogens include harmful microbes and microorganisms such as bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa. We have again some algae are there. We have amoeba, amoeboid dysentery. We have paramecium, we have euglena, okay? We have neris, we have liver flux. All these are nothing but the pathogens which causes diseases. Okay, now very important, the vector. Vector are nothing but the disease carrier. We can say the disease carrier. So vector are those organisms that carry the particular pathogen from one place to other or one person to other. Okay, that's what they are called as vector. From the host to the recipient, means from the diseased person to the healthy person. Like we have mosquito, rat, mice, are even flies also, house fly. It is not mentioned, but it is again a very important vector. Okay, fly and mice are some of the common vector that carries many infectious diseases from one person to other. Okay, everyone, if you are eating uncovered food from any hotel, okay, there you will find many flies are there which are spreading everywhere. They are sitting on the dirty place, okay, contaminated water, and again they are sitting most of the time on uncovered food also. So they carries different disease causing bacteria, virus, and pathogens from one place to other and make this disease, and that if you will eat that particular food will lead to disease in the body. Okay, that's why to avoid such vectors is very important.
So, what are some diseases spread by rats and mice?
Okay, so rat and mice generally they were having a very small, you can say parasites in their body. Okay, if those parasites will bite you, okay, that due to the bite of such parasite may causes various kind of disease like flu. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah. Now we are going to discuss about the bacteria. Bacteria are the microorganisms that are, we cannot see them with our naked eyes because they are microscopic in nature. In almost, they are present in on almost in everywhere. You can say even you are breathing thousands of bacteria and viruses per breathing, but they are not causing harmful diseases to them because you are healthy, your immunity is very strong, your immune system is strong. But when body temperature suddenly drops, okay, they start generally multiplying in our body, generally in respiratory tract, and they start infection from there only. Okay, most of the time you will feel that if you are walking outside and suddenly rain falls and you like caught in a rain, then most of the time you are feeling cough and cold. Is it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is due to suddenly drop of the temperature of the body. Okay, so the very ideal condition for infecting bacteria and viruses in our body is around 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. That means 27 is the ideal temperature for bacteria and viruses to start infection in our body. And we have our normal body temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius. So that particular temperature, most of the time, bacteria and viruses not affecting. But if suddenly our body temperature drops, then and it reaches up to 27 degrees Celsius, then bacteria viruses start infecting in our body. And first you will feel sneezing, cough and cold. Okay, that sneezing is first action shown by our body to remove bacteria viruses out from our body. Okay, not all bacteria are harmful to the pathogens. Okay, so most of the bacteria are useful also, like lactobacilli. It is very useful for human body. Is it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Some bacteria are also beneficial to human beings, such as lactobacilli. Okay, bacteria are beneficial for the digestion, extracting antibodies, antibiotics from them. Extraction of antibiotic drug is carried out by the bacteria only. And nitrogen fixation in case of leguminous plant, Rhizobium bacteria, it is very important, which absorb the free nitrogen of surrounding and convert it into the nitrite and nitrate form, which can be easily utilized by the plant. Have you understood that? Rhizobium bacteria?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's generally Rhizobium bacteria grows in the root of the leguminous plant, okay, in root nodules, and they grow there and fix the free nitrogen of the surrounding. So that bacteria provide benefit to the plant, and by plant, bacteria get benefited, okay, because bacteria get nutrition and shelter in root nodules of the plant. So bacteria also get benefited, and bacteria fixes the free nitrogen of surrounding in nitrites and nitrates form. Okay, that nitrite and nitrate form of nitrogen can be easily absorbed by the plant. That means plant is also get benefited. So when two different species growing and providing benefit to each other, that relationship is called as beta synergism. Yes, yes, symbiosis. That's why that bacteria called Rhizobium is called as symbiotic bacteria. Okay, that relationship is called as symbiosis or symbiotic. Okay, now we're going to discuss about the virus. See, virus is the connecting link between the living and non-living things. Okay, in between we have a virus. So virus when present outside the host body, then it is non-living. But when it enters in body of the organism or living organism, it becomes live. That's why virus is connecting link between non-living and living things. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
But
virus
how is it non-living outside our body?
because that virus is nothing but a kind of RNA beta. It is kind of RNA, mRNA. Okay. So when it present outside the body, it is not multiplying. That's why it affects it present in non-living condition. But when it enters in living organisms body, like in the cell, it start multiplying and forms many same kind of RNA strands there. And these RNA then starts protein synthesis in our body according to them, and this protein disturb the normal functioning of the cell. That means when viruses enters in body of organism, they start multiplying. Okay, that means that cell of the organism is being host for the viruses. That's why virus when enters in body of organism in particular cell, they are in living condition because they are multiplying. Okay, but when they are present in outside the body, they are in non-living condition because they are not performing life processes there. Okay, beta, that's why when they are present outside the body, they are non-living, and when they present inside the body, they are living. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So virus is a microorganism that is always a pathogenic in nature. Pathogenic means the disease causing. They do not have replicate machinery, means mechanism. They do not have. But therefore, they enter the host cell. That means when they are present outside the body, they do not replicate. Okay, replication mechanism means the formation of new strain like them is not possible outside the body. But when they enter the host body cell, they start replicate, and in this process destroy the host cell. Because due to replication of the virus, they forms new type of mRNA, and according to this mRNA, they start protein synthesis. And this protein will disturb the normal functioning of the cell and they destroy the cell. Okay. Few of the common diseases spread by the viruses are cold, influenza, dengue, fever like AIDS. AIDS is caused by human immunovirus. Human immunovirus called HIV. Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to discuss about the fungi. Fungi are the group of organisms which are eukaryotic in nature. What is eukaryotic means?
They are
Those,
well-defined
But that
nucleus.
develop.
yes,
Well-defined
those,
nucleus.
yes, those cell or those organisms, they are made up of the eukaryotic cell are called as eukaryotes. And eukaryotic cell means those cells, they have well-defined nucleus as well as other cell organelles are called as eukaryotic cell. Okay, and are saprophytic in nature. Saprophytic in nature means they are totally depend on the dead organic matter. That dead organic matter may be from the plants or animals. Okay, so they totally depends on dead organic matter of the plant and animal for their nutrition. That's why they are called as saprophytic in nutrition. Understood what is saprophytic nutrition?
Yes, sir.
Those organisms, they totally depends on dead organic matter of the plant and animal are called as saprophytic in nutrition. They could be either unicellular or multicellular. Okay, they may be multicellular, like we have fungi. Generally, we are using the mushroom, the oyster, the butter mushroom. Okay, they are multicellular fungi, and most of the fungi we have unicellular. Many common in skin infection such as ringworm, nail infection, etc. are the example of fungal disease. Even you are feeling that dandruff in your hairs on your head, okay? That dandruff is again due to the fungal infection only. Okay, which causes the hair fall. Are getting the point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we have the parasites. So parasites are the organism that totally depends on host body for their nutrition. Okay, are called as parasites. Okay, like generally in children's stomach or intestine, many like worms are being present, like Neris, which is called roundworm, tapeworm, liver fluk. All these are the intestinal parasites. They present in intestine of the organism. In case of human being also, is it? So they are called as beta parasite because they totally depend on a host object, host organism for their nutrition, and they causes like ill effect to the host body also.
So can we say all pathogens are parasites?
No, we can't,
Uh,
because see, parasite means they are totally depend on other for their nutrition. Okay, so
yes, sir.
such organisms are called as parasites.
Yes,
So
sir. Then only viruses are parasites, right? Then
no, viruses are also there. Like we discussed about the liver fluk. Okay, we have tapeworm, we have ringworm. Okay, we have roundworm.
so basically all worms.
Yes, basically all worms.
Microscopic.
Yes, not they are microscopic, they are macroscopic. You can easily identify liver fluk. Okay, the tapeworm, which is very long, like roundworm also. Okay, generally the kids of age more than, or sorry, less than year, they are being infected by such worms. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, when they are eating much sweet, then there is high probability to get infected by such parasites. Okay, so parasite is the organism that lives in other organisms, okay, and totally depend on them for their nutrition are called as parasites. Okay, so suppose here we have the human body. Okay, so and this is the parasite. Suppose we have head louse, beta, head louse. I hope you all aware about the head louse. Okay, head louse is also a parasite. Okay, so this is head louse or lice. Okay, this is the parasite. Why? Because it totally depend on person's body for their nutrition. Okay, so this is the head of the person, and here that parasite is growing, so that person will be the host. Okay, that person will be the host. So the parasite is the organism that lives in another organism called host and often harms them. Okay, are called as parasite. It is dependent on its host for survival. It has to be in the host to live, grow, and multiply. Okay, because they totally depend on host body for their nutrition, reproduction, and to perform all other life processes. They totally depend on the body of the host only. That's why they are called as parasite. Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here we have completed the repetition of our chapter called
Why do we fall in?
Why do we fall in?
yes. Okay. So now it is question time. If you are having any kind of doubt, just to ask me the questions.